And we are back again. It's your friendly neighborhood film watchers. We are Frankly Football. I am your humble host, Brandon. And I got my man, 100 Grand. Set it off, Chris, with me. How you feeling today,
What's
Chris?
what's up, man? Just being domesticated. Got
Mm-hmm.
my Tidewater Community College shirt on. I'm in the house, being a humble husband. Happy wife, happy life. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? And the motto. Not giving a shameless plug, but from TCC, they say you go here, you go free, and go anywhere.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go anywhere it takes us when we talk about these Dallas Cowboys today, and a little daily news of the day, little
Mm.
foolishness going on in these streets, man. And
Mm-mm.
B, you hit me, you hit the bat line and said, man, we just can't get right.
Can't get
And
right, man.
so tell me what you talking about, my dude.
So today, it seems like just like you said, can't get right, man. Cannot seem to get right. The Cowboys' second round pick, that dangerous number, the number two, Trent Williams, got arrested. Well, not today. Got arrested over the weekend. The day after the game, they landed. He got in his vehicle that he has seen to have problems with multiple times in his 2-year tenure with the Cowboys,
Right.
and hopped in with a few things that do not seem to match together in the eyes of the law.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a
And
minute. So things that match are like peanut butter and jelly. They match, right?
oh no.
Oh,
They
no
they
peanut butter jelly.
no, they don't match like
Oh,
vertical
oh,
and
oh,
horizontal stripes.
oh, that's what you're talking about. Not matching.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
okay.
don't match.
Yeah,
They
they
do
don't
not
match.
match.
But no, I think they match in the wrong way
Yeah,
because Sam got caught with some stuff you shouldn't get caught in Texas. One you
absolutely.
can get caught with, the other one you shouldn't get caught with.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. Now, people may have their own personal feelings, about the right to carry. I personally believe that, if you feel the right to protect yourself, more power to you.
Absolutely.
And people may have their own personal feelings about the right to use certain substances. Once again, if
Absolutely.
you need to use that, more power to you. But
Absolutely.
Sam Williams was caught with, a gun in his car, and then what the state of Texas described as a controlled substance. We
Right.
later learned, I later learned anyway, about an hour ago, that it was one of the weed pens.
A vape pen.
Since,
Right. It's a
yeah,
vape pen.
now
Right.
since it wasn't like the natural form of it, like the flower of it, it was described as a controlled substance, which is an automatic like
Felon. It's a felon
felony.
in the state of Texas. Right. Absolutely.
Yes, that's where it gets complicated in combination with the firearm.
Right. Yeah, it's certain things like you said that you should have together. My
Hmm.
son is a big peanut butter and jelly fan.
Yeah,
I am a chips and salsa guy. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Other people may be different things. The
yeah.
one thing you don't usually want to carry together, right,
Hmm.
and get stopped by the police is a gun and any form of controlled substance of any nature, whether it's some deem it being legal, but in
Hmm.
Texas, a vape pen is considered a felony charge. So
Yeah.
now Sam has propelled himself into a place of jeopardy with that being a felony.
Hmm.
Now, I think they had another young man for the Patriots, I think, not too long ago, get caught with a gun uh, going through the airport or something like that on a team bus or something of that nature.
Hmm.
Um, and so I think his case is kind of up in the air. So Sam has fallen into this trap that we've looked at over the last couple of years, the second round pick.
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys have been amazing in their drafts over the year. They kill it in the first round, and most people say, "Well, hey, you can't make a mistake in the first 32." You
Hmm.
can. Most teams suck at it. We've just been exceptional in the first round.
Talk about it.
What's end up happening with us is that tricky second round pick.
Hmm.
Now, if you spending some time, me and you know the concept of team building is the first 100 players are surefire guys that you want to get to a second contract. The
Mm-hmm.
guys in the fourth, fifth, and sixth round and undrafted free agents, those guys build your team in certain areas,
Depth
right?
guys.
Like they can be depth guys, or they can be guys who were like maybe pushed down, didn't get as much production in college, maybe not get seen a certain kind of way, and then they get to the league and on the big stage and they shine brightly. We can give a
Absolutely.
perfect example.
Dak Prescott.
Rand Dakota Prescott. Let's see, Jaron Curse.
Yeah.
Just on the Cowboys alone.
Mhm.
Shoot.
Tyler Biadasz.
Tyler Biadasz. I mean, the list goes on. Matter of fact, the Cowboys made a living for a long time being great in the fourth, fifth, sixth rounds, finding those guys and pulling them up, and those guys being players that make a big. Deron Bland, come on, guys
Yeah.
like that make a big impact for the Cowboys over the years. But that second round pick has always had everybody scratching their heads like, what the heck are we doing?
Mhm.
My favorite one of all time for me is we'll get to him, but as you go back, me and you were talking about beforehand, this has been something that they have struggled with for years,
Yeah.
for absolute years. This goes back as far as when the Cowboys would always draft an injured guy or a questionable guy in the second round. This goes back as far as Bruce Carter. Now, I understand Bruce Carter. I love Bruce Carter. He's a North Carolina Tar Heel. I'm a North Carolina Tar Heel to the heart. So that was my biggest thing about Bruce. But I'll leave that light off. It's good. You can see me.
Yeah.
Super bright anyway. But you have Bruce as a second rounder. Great player in college. Just never had it quite turn over for him. But on top of that, the Cowboys drafted him. He was injured. That was the biggest thing with him. Then we turned around. I think the following year, we got Sean Lee, or it was vice versa. Sean Lee first, then Bruce Carter. Both of those guys were injury prone. Then we went through, as you said, the 3 years, 3 out of 4 years drafting tight ends, and that was just pure mismanagement by the Cowboys. Elaborate on that, my dude.
So in those few years, we drafted Martellus. Well, first it was Anthony Fasano, I believe.
Yes, Anthony
Martellus
Fasano.
Bennett,
I don't know damn. I don't know the
and,
damn. Yep.
Gavin
Mhm.
Escobar.
Yep.
Rest his soul. But those were cases of a player being progress blocked. We talked ad nauseum about those situations, right?
Yeah, I mean, those guys went on outside of Gavin Escobar. Martellus Bennett turned around and ended up going to a Pro Bowl. It turned around and arguably was one of the top 2 or 3 tight ends in the league during that same time frame. Anthony Fasano went on to play for the Dolphins for years and have a long career.
Yeah.
So mismanagement by the Cowboys. So I know a lot of people love Jason Witten, and I'm one of those people who think Jason Witten was a great player. I just think Jason Witten got selfish down the road, but that's a whole nother argument, conversation,
Whole nother video.
Whole nother video. So then you turn after you go to those guys, you end up with Connor Williams, right? It's your second round.
Even before him.
Go ahead.
Even before him, even before Connor Williams, you had guys
Okay.
who were the character guys. You had a couple guys.
Those guys. Yeah.
Which you get prior to Connor Williams, you get to Randy Gregory.
No doubt. Yo, and before we go into, hey man, hey fellas, thanks for tuning in with us. We definitely said we wanted to try to go more live for you guys to come and kick in with us and tap in and give us your thoughts on this. But we were talking about the questionable second. Then you go to the questionable second round guys. Yeah, go with Randy Gregory. Upside through the roof, but purely questionable off
Could
the
roll
field
out of the
character.
bed to 8 sacks, Chris. Could roll out of the bed to 8 sacks.
Stretch, oh yeah. Oh no.
Stretch,
you know what?
Take the sheet off. Didn't even need a comforter, Chris.
You
take
know
the
he
sheet
did.
Off,
Yeah.
Roll out of the bed. Breath still funky to 8 sacks.
Yeah. Hey, six sacks, and at least 8 pressures.
Yeah.
Easy.
Oh yeah.
Double digit pressures. So you had Randy. So Randy was that guy. Then after that, you start going to the story guys that the Cowboys. Let's build a story, or we can get a following. Because after you finish with Randy Gregory, you went and got Jalen Smith. And my biggest thing with Jalen Smith was always the fact of the matter, they took Jalen Smith, but Miles Jack was sitting right there. And for me, that's always the most egregious thing they've ever did. Out of all these second round guys, to have Miles Jack sitting right there when Miles Jackson had a questionable rubbing, he had a questionable rubbing of his knees. I think he had any cartilage in his knees, so
Yeah.
it was questionable about taking him. They didn't take him, and Miles Jack is still in the league playing ball. Now he's on his third
He's
team.
retired now.
Okay, but he gave the league what 6-8 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
2016 to 2023. That is 7 years.
7 years. Well, and Jalen Smith's in the league, so okay, they may have made the right answer. Couldn't play for us, but he's still in the league. So you've got that. Then after that, you go to Connor Williams, correct?
Chidobe Awuzie and
Oh,
Connor Williams. So
okay.
two guys who didn't necessarily make it to the second contract with you, but they're still in the league. Cheeto had a tumultuous career with you. Had seen its ups and downs. And Connor Williams is still playing with the Dolphins. So I guess you can say that those ones worked out. Connor didn't leave the team as gracefully as some of you would want him to, but they're still in the league today. So did they work out? Sure.
They didn't get your second contract. That's what you're looking for, the foundation of your team to be first and second rounders in key positions, and then first, second, and third rounders being key position guys getting second rounders, and then your fourth and fifth maybe, but that's what you want. But yeah, Connor could never get strong enough. Yeah. Maybe been playing out of position.
Yeah.
It came at a bad time where you already had a Hall of Fame center playing, and then he just abruptly just left, and he could never make the transition in Dallas as being a center. But Connor was okay. Chidobe's still in the league.
Yeah.
I think Chidobe became the scapegoat for the fact of the matter, the style of defense and what the defensive coordinator wanted you to do.
Yeah.
You follow me? I think Chidobe went somewhere else where he was asked to do certain things, and I think he fell into a system where they tried to make him do things he could not do well. Did that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, he seemed. I mean, maybe he caught on with the Bengals. Who knows? I guess.
He has caught on. He's been a steady player. He hasn't been like a terrible guy. I mean, the Bengals defense has been absolutely serviceable, and he's been a part of that. But I just think what ends up happening is that him playing in Dallas, and they wanted him to be this second rounder, ball hawking, take the ball away, defend everything type of guy, and he was just really a solid cover guy. And I think the things that the defensive coordinator was asking him to do wasn't working towards his strengths. And I think that's the one thing that I think hurt him here in Dallas. But still a good player. Yep.
Absolutely. Now, after that, you got the guy that caught the ire of everyone, I think, because the team didn't have a first-round pick that year. I think Tristan Hill was an outright bust. But at the same time, the expectations, and I say that word a lot lately, Tristan Hill never caught on.
I think I'll give you that with Tristan. I think Tristan fell under the ire of the fan base. Yeah, we did have a first round draft pick that year. We did have Amari Cooper that year, but I think they got But my thing was, I think he got the brunt of it because the defensive coordinator got to pick his guy 2 years back to back, and he swung and missed terribly. So he turned around and took Taco Charlton when J.J. Watt was sitting right there. No, it was T.J. when T.J. Watt was sitting right there.
Yeah.
Okay. And, it made it sound like, T.J. Watt he wasn't twitchy enough, or he couldn't play the position, or he was this, that, and the third. And, we dead wrong. You know what I'm saying? And then so we gave him the benefit of the doubt, and he got a chance to go get a guy who most people had graded as a fifth rounder. Mm-hmm. And it was all about his motor, and he was this, that, and the third. Now, it didn't help that he came in here immature. It didn't help that he didn't come in ready to play, but most importantly, he got hurt. So that kind of added to what we didn't think Tristan Hill would end up being. So, I'll say, both of those were really bad. Then after Tristan, I think we got a little bit better after that.
Yeah, got the golden boy.
Got a little smidge better after Tristan, didn't we?
I got the golden boy, man.
Okay.
got Trevon Diggs, and that goes without saying.
Okay.
Most
Yeah.
interceptions since the end of the league.
Mm,
Got,
mm, mm.
got the 11 interception season.
Yeah. All pro.
Yeah,
Pro
you,
bowler.
you
Got the
know
bag.
that.
Yeah.
Walks around the fields with the cuffs in his pocket.
With the cuss, clink, clink. He's that guy. So we
Yeah.
get that. We get it. Now we go to the guy who you don't love, right? We're working on it. We have got a class, brothers.
Mm-hmm.
We got a class called We're Sitting in Brandon 2 is We Not Holding No Grudges. The We Not Holding No Grudges crew. Stephen Mack.
Hey, Chris. I hold grudges, Chris. And
I
until
yeah,
these people
uh-huh,
prove
uh-huh.
that I have no reason to,
Mm-hmm.
I will continue to tell these people what they are doing wrong.
Okay, I get that. So you're gonna hold these grudges, but let's be assumptive and saying, I know it's hard for you to give it to him, but I'm on record of always saying, what about Kelvin Joseph? It's about reps and playing at this speed. The measurables he has, height, speed, all that he has, but repetitions, gotta have traits.
Okay, no, I'm just counting how many years he's been in the league.
He only been in the league 3 years. You act like he been he been here like 6 years. He been here 3 years. Now,
how many years last year been in the league? I'm just
oh my God.
I'm counting.
Okay. How many years did Ron Bland play in college? 4.
Yeah, okay.
4. Okay. So hey, everybody on here knows that. Oh, okay, I'll say this. I ain't gonna put nobody else out there on the street. 18-year-old Chris, right? Is a whole lot different than 22, 23-year-old Chris.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is having that time to be in college, be on your own, mature, and be able to turn around and be this way. We can honestly say Kelvin Joseph is he's a fortunate statistic because most guys wash out like this.
Yeah.
2 years in 2 different schools, things of that nature.
Yeah.
A couple years in the
league. Had the legal troubles that he did.
Had the legal troubles he had last year. He could have washed out. He is gone, and he's starting to show progress of being a serviceable guy to play his way into the 4th slot.
Into the backup role.
Yeah, into the 4th.
Into the backup of the backups role.
Well, no, he's just a 4th DB. He's a 4th DB.
I like that. You've shown growth by saying that he can eventually be the 4th DB. I appreciate
no, he is. No, he is the 4th DB. It's not even up for debate. Okay, if you can't stay healthy, and the guy can stay healthy, he's gonna be the 4th DB. If we playing football today, when we going to New York right now to play in MetLife, he's the 4th DB. So, and I like the fact that he's moving that direction. So I think, and I honestly believe what the Cowboys did last year by kind of giving him the ouch syndrome, well, not ouch, but kind of tucking him a little bit, and giving an opportunity for him to, okay, let's get him out of the spotlight. He did have some problems, that Jacksonville game is always going to be egregious. You know what I'm saying? Like every time a touchdown was, he was there, but he didn't. He kept a short memory, and he's working his way back to being, in the rotation. So I don't want to see Gilly nor Diggs nor Blaine go down. But if they end up having to come out for a breather, and I know he can come in and play. And let's be honest, he is a stellar special teamer.
Yeah. But here's the thing. We got to talk about redundancies, Chris. We got to talk about redundancies. We already have a stellar special team.
Okay. We have a.
Yeah.
Well, we have a couple. We have a guy who stands on the table.
Matter of fact, we have a stellar special teamer, and that's all he does. We already got one guy who all he does is be stellar on special teams.
Okay.
Right? And then we have a guy who is pretty good on defense. And I'm talking about Dorrance. And right now, because of Sam Williams tricking it up over the weekend, Dorrance is sitting there just, counting his money. He on his bank app, just, making sure that the check cleared. And also is pretty dope on special teams.
No, Dorrance is a stalwart on special teams.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's a stalwart. He's a stalwart on special teams.
You only have enough room. You only have, and this was an issue years back. This was an issue years ago. You only have enough room for one guy who all he does is be good on special teams. Everybody else better do a thing. Everybody else better do a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Kelvin, he has to do a thing.
He can do a thing. He's shown you in the last couple of games he's been able to play well in preseason games. Getting him underneath the lights and things of that nature. Yeah, I'm not. But here's my thing. I don't need Kelvin Joseph for.
But you know who also does a thing?
Who?
Boys to Men. Oh, Wanye.
Yeah. Wanye's great. Don't get me wrong. Wanye's great. But I'm not asking Wanye to chase nobody around. But here's the one thing that I can bring up of frankly football legend for us that always falls in the right spot. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Kelvin Joseph can take over the new role of the GOAT. And you know who the GOAT is.
Here we go.
Go ahead and say it with me.
We move past this. Is he even still playing football?
Hey, look, I don't care if he don't never have to play football no more. The dude led my football team in interceptions for 2 to 3 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
The GOAT, Jeff Heath.
Uh-huh.
And if Kelvin Joseph is kept at 20 to 25 snaps, special teams and defense, he can take over. He can be the new GOAT, man. He can be the new GOAT, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing.
Here's the GOAT.
Here's the thing about that, Chris.
Hey, man.
Here's the thing about that, Chris. Every goat got to be taken to the slaughterhouse eventually. Every goat,
wait a minute, hold up,
especially in Caribbean households.
Hey, pause. We can't. This is a family show. We're not talking about referees over here. We're not
especially in a Caribbean household, Chris. And my wife is Trinidadian.
Hey, man. Yeah, man, we're not taking us going into the slaughterhouse this time. We're going to sit and talk about this goal, Jeff Heath. But all I'm saying is, we can't take him to the slaughterhouse. What I do need from Kelvin, though, is to help stem the tide of the second round thing. Because with Sam, like you said, with Sam tricking it up over the weekend, he really put the entire organization in a funny spot. Because the thing with Dorrance is having a problem with his contract. He doesn't like it. And shout out to Vach. He had said this a couple days ago, and I'm kind of piggyback on that. Dorrance isn't good enough for him to just sit on the sidelines and not get any reps in preseason. Mm-hmm. So he should be working on that. So with Sam having some immaturity problems, we see now off the field as well as on the field with the offside penalties or unnecessary roughness and things of that nature, that leads you to say, okay, can I trust him? And trust is a huge thing. You know, what's the best ability? Availability. So the thing with Sam is we don't know how available he's going to be. So if you're going to turn around, you got the problem with Isaiah Land being there on the team, and there's no way you're cutting Isaiah Land and you're getting him back off waivers. There lies your problem.
Yeah.
And you said it best. You said it best in the tweet earlier. That you said, had we turned around and traded Dorrance Armstrong at the end of the year and brought a quality depth lineman back for him, we wouldn't really care right now. We would be looking for Sam to take the next step, and then Isaiah Land can be getting those reps.
I was saying that prior to the trade deadline last season.
You did say that. Go ahead and get rid of him.
Because Dorrance had a hot streak right before the trade deadline. Could have got him on out of here. Maybe got a third round pick for him.
Woo! That'd have been. You know, you never know because you could have caught somebody sleeping.
Edge rushers are at a premium, Chris.
And you have right now a situation where you got Sam Williams, Dorrance Armstrong, Dante Fowler, and Isaiah Land.
I like that segue.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and pull this up because I think that now is just as good of a time as any to talk about this 53-man roster because cut day is coming. We only have one cut. Goes straight from 90 down to 53. And one change that has been made is the practice squad has been adjusted up to 16 players, and that includes 6 players that are included that are counted as like veterans, meaning that they aren't held by that game constriction. They don't have to have like a maximum of like 2 years worth of playing time, I believe.
Okay.
So, of course, talking about the quarterbacks, I only believe that we'll carry 2. Minus that, your backup would be Cooper Rush. I think that Will Grier has shown himself to be a less capable passer of the football. That may not have been the case last season, but this season, oh boy, it has definitely changed. Will Grier has regressed, over this 1 year to now. Yeah. Or Cooper Rush has gotten better in the Texas offense. What do you think the difference is?
Listen, I just think you're gonna go with the guy that you can kind of trust somewhat, because Will Grier playing behind this second tier offensive line that Cooper Rush is doing it, and he's having less success. So you want to be like, first off, we never want Rain to go down in any circumstances, but putting him behind our best 5, I think Cooper Rush can be able to navigate probably not on the same base he did before, but I think this year we have more explosive players that it can be able to hide the deficiencies that Cooper Rush has. So I definitely have no problem with you cutting Will Grier. Hopefully, getting him back to the practice squad, he'd be your scout team quarterback.
I think that you can kind of let Grier go, man. He was here last year. You can. Will Grier is not an irreplaceable asset. Let's be totally honest. I think that you can let Grier go. You can find another Will Grier. That practice squad roster spot could probably be used for a better quarterback.
I wouldn't put it for this year. I'm in go win Super Bowl mode now. So God forbid that anything happen to Rain and I gotta bring up Cooper Rush and have him play for 3, 4, 5 games. I'd rather have a Will Grier who's been in my system for a year than me saying, let me go find another guy on the street and bring him in to do that.
Here's my rebuttal to that. Nobody's been in the system for a year.
Well, okay. No, they haven't been in the Tex West a whole year, but they've been in the simulation of understanding some of the different things that they were using before. They've changed some things around, but it's still different than having a guy who hasn't been in part of Joystick Moore's system and having an idea what it is. Because they didn't change everything, but they did change. They got all them daggum option routes out the way, and you can see a lot of guys flourishing from that. One Jalen Tolbert been able to definitely show who he was.
Shout out to his growth, and I'm
no question. So you're doing your 50, you're doing your 53. So we're going to get back to this defensive end thing. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Now at the running back position, I believe that we're only going to carry 3 running backs. I say only, but yeah, it's going to be Tony Pollard, Deuce Vaughn, and Rico Dowdle.
Okay.
Now, normally, I would like for Hunter Lepke to take up a position in that group, but I think that they got different plans for him.
Yeah,
I think that they would like for him to be a practice squad guy.
He's gonna have to be a practice squad guy. He's not making this football team. The reason being is that where you would want Hunter Lepke to be there, they're gonna go long on tight end because they love the guys they have. Now, the terrible part about it is that Steven, come on, give me the tight end. I want to call him Steven Jones Jr., but no, it's Steven.
No, Steven. John Stevens. There we go.
John Stevens. John Stevens.
You messed me up with
I got. See what I'm saying? I'm messing with. No,
John Stevens Jr.
John Stevens, Jr. He ended up getting hurt, so you're going to be able to slide him straight over to injury reserve.
season-ending IR. He's already there.
Right. So he's already there. So he's there. So you're gonna end up going probably with 4 tight ends. You're gonna go with Jake Ferguson is your starter, Peyton Hendershot. You're gonna go with Luke Schoolmaker because he's a second-round pick, and they love Sean McEwen. They love him. So he's going to end up being on the roster.
Well, once I get there, because I mean we already know about those 3, but I'm gonna ask you about that in a second.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I mean we can go to tight end and then we can talk about receiver. Why do you think that they are so attached to Sean McEwen? I mean, he's not a young guy. They don't use him too often. Why are they hooked on him?
Sometimes they like guys that get in the building. They practice a certain kind of way. They have a certain, they carry themselves in a proper way. The Cowboys like them, and they want to keep them around. But if Schoolmaker had been available from the beginning of camp, we'd probably be seeing the end of Sean McEwen, and you'll probably be going with 3 tight ends and maybe Lemke. And if Lemke could have shown you something, he could have played that dual role of halfback, fullback type thing. But I think they're going to keep him 1 more year.
Do you think they only go 3 at tight end?
No, they're going 4. They're going 4. They're going to go 4 tight end because they're going to keep. Because here's my thing. I don't think they cut Sean McEwen. They maybe listen. If they cut Sean McEwen, they can get him back on the practice squad. But doesn't Sean McEwen go over the edge with the number of games he's played in the league to go to practice squad?
You have 6 veteran spots who can go to the practice squad with an unlimited amount of games played.
Okay, well then
players who fill that position.
So if you cut Sean McEwen, you're gonna try to get him back on the practice squad.
It's
and
possible.
What you gonna do? What you gonna try to put Hunter Lemke on and keep him on the roster?
I mean, I don't believe that Hunter Lemke is going to be on the 53-man roster.
Okay, all right.
Just because I believe that they have a different plan for him. Which will be a
so you're gonna cut out on Lemke and put him on the practice squad and pray.
I'm just wondering if they're only gonna go 3 at tight end.
Yeah, I think that would make sense. I see. My thing is, you could go 3.
And the reasoning for that is, later down the roster. Like, do you do that in order to go long on like one of your defensive positions?
Right now.
Or long at all line.
Well, I mean,
okay.
I want. We'll hold that. We'll hold that in the wind. Sean McEwen could be kicked off the bridge, but right now he's hanging on.
Yeah,
he's hanging on by a thread. All right, go with your other stuff you got.
Okay, so for wide receiver, I believe that they only keep 5. Of course, we have our 3, which is Lamb, Cooks, and Gallup. I believe that Jalen Tolbert is firmly supplanted at your wide receiver 4 spot. And I believe that your receiver 5 is Kevontae Turpin. So I believe that they go short at wide receiver.
I'm not going to fight you on that. Simi hasn't shown me enough to stay on the roster.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There are plenty of guys who I don't think have shown me enough to give me any rhyme or reason to go long every season.
I think
Jalen Brooks hasn't shown me enough.
Right.
Jalen Moreno Cropper hasn't shown me much of anything, honestly. I mean, he started like the early days, but then fell off immediately. I think Moreno Cropper and Brooks will both be practice squad guys because there are plenty of Cowboy fans have like this syndrome where they think, oh, we can't drop this guy. He'll be instantly picked up. Every team has that guy that they like.
But what you're missing, why the Cowboy fans are like that, we've had a history of pulling guys out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Our homeboy, Jesse Holly, Mr. Fourth and Long himself.
Yes, sir.
Miles Austin. Miles Austin is a Cowboy legend. So we've had this feeling of, we can find the diamond in the rough and bring him out of nowhere. Because everybody loves the story. Jerry loves the story. So he just so happened this year, going back to the running back position, loved the story of Deuce Vaughn. But let's be totally honest with you. A lot of GMs missed on Deuce Vaughn because there was no way there were that many guys that are much better than him. Now, there's some guys that we love
Yeah.
that
I mean,
we
but
absolutely love.
give us our flowers while we still here. We both had Deuce Vaughn as a top 10 running back.
We did have Deuce Vaughn.
He was
We
just
did.
short.
He
Now,
was just.
I'm not gonna say that Deuce Vaughn is small, because while Deuce
Oh
Vaughn was 5'5", Deuce Vaughn was almost 180 pounds. So I'm not gonna say he was small. Deuce Vaughn was just short.
yeah, yeah. He was.
He was
He
just
was not.
challenged in the realm of height.
There you go. He was. Yeah. But the thing about it, he can run the football. So and
Yeah,
he's dynamic. So
absolutely. If Deuce Vaughn was
that's.
5'9", we would have been talking about him in day 2.
Oh,
So
he'd been before A-Chain.
hey,
Matter of fact, he may have gone. He may have gone before Gibbs. If
look,
we
whoa,
really, hey, hey,
whoa,
hey,
relax,
hey, hey,
relax,
look at Deuce's production.
relax.
I'm not relaxing. I'm just being honest. If you look at his production, the only thing that you worried about is his durability. So, like I said, it's up for debate. It's up for debate. So, I'm with you. I'll take 5 wide receivers. I bring Jalen Brooks back on the practice squad. I definitely bring back.
I take Moreno Cropper and Brooks on the practice squad. Those
Absolutely.
are the guys that I believe that they would bring back on the practice squad.
So Dennis Houston, you giving Dennis enough?
I believe that Dennis Houston has a fantastic, illustrious, in every other adjective that I can think of, career ahead of him in the field of insurance sales.
Or car sales with Enterprise, because they love athletes.
Yeah,
they love athletes. They love athletes. That's true. Okay.
I think that Dennis Houston's charisma is fantastic. I think that he needs to be an engagement manager somewhere, a social media supervisor elsewhere. But he does not need to be involved with
football. Okay.
Yeah, right. No, not with football. Just not with my Dallas Cowboys.
Not with Dallas Cowboys. Okay. All right. So we got our wide receivers. We got our tight ends.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the scariest position of this whole thing, the O-line. What you got?
So here's the thing. I actually don't have. I mean, I believe they could go a little deeper at offensive lineman. In fact, I have one position labeled TBD.
Okay, what's that?
I'm not sure who the last person would be.
Okay. You don't have your. How many you taking? That's the question. How many you taking?
Taking, I believe now. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually,
one
of
you got
which
10.
is labeled to be determined.
To be determined. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because
Freight Train. Me cut across. Hey, Freight Train. Salute to you, brother. Thanks for coming hollering at us, man. So you're starting 5. Let's see if I got you starting 5. I'm gonna go left to right.
Go ahead.
Tyler Smith, Tyler Bionis. 3 T's. You know what I'm saying? Zach Martin, El Presidente, and my main man, my big homie, Terrence Steele.
Cool.
Okay, we got those 5.
I've dropped that grudge.
Yeah, right. Still holding that. So now my backups are Sam Richards.
Yep.
Awesome Richards.
Yep.
My left guard. If somebody goes on my left guard.
I think Akeem Richards can play guard.
Okay. All right.
Akeem Richards can fill in that guard. He has filled in that guard.
But I'm putting him at tackle.
I mean, sure. Matter of fact, I believe yesterday, when they had the vets, just warming up, just doing little jogging drills and whatnot, just to keep their legs warm. Akeem Richards and TJ Bass went out there with the ones.
That's what I'm saying.
Akeem Richards played guard.
Okay, so where did TJ Bass play? Would he play guard?
I believe he played tackle. I can't recall, but I believe that he played tackle. Don't hold me to that though.
Yeah, because I think Hassan would be. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I just think Hassan would be better at tackle. Yeah. You put Tyler Bass at guard. On the opposite side. See, I like TJ Bass. I like TJ Bass better than I like Josh Ball doing anything. I
Absolutely.
wouldn't even. I mean, I wouldn't want. Man, I wouldn't want Josh Ball to carry out my garbage. I'd be afraid that the garbage might beat him up. So I'm not. I don't want Josh Ball doing nothing.
I believe that Josh Ball has a fantastic, illustrious, stupendous, um, well-earning career in the field of carpet cleaning.
Carpet. Wait a minute. Hold on, man. Carpet cleaning.
Carpet cleaning.
Hey, man. Listen, listen, man. You guys. Okay. I mean, those guys is dope though. Those guys come in and get your stuff sweet. So I mean, he's kind of big guy. He might be able to move the bucket. He might be able to move the machines up and down pretty easily.
He will be excellent in Stanley Steamers.
Okay. Hey, Frey, I understand what you want about with Armstrong, but right now, um, I don't think anybody. I don't know how much we. I don't think we can get a fourth round for him. I think we can get a body for a body though. I don't want any. And we'll talk about this another time. I don't want any draft picks for future guys down the road. I need bodies right now because I'm built to go try to win this thing now. So I don't want to trade. Doris Armstrong to somebody for fourth round in next year's draft. I don't need that. I need a serviceable left tackle to come in and be able to play where I can hide TJ Bass for a game or two, and God forbid nothing happen to Zach Martin where I got to put Josh Ball on the field. And I can get Uma Adoka back where I can maybe switch, if one of my tackles go down.
Yeah.
Because we both know one of these tackles going, we know. We trying to get 9 to 10 games.
Get that man a Simpsons game or something. Jesus
something, Christ. Bro. Yeah, I need something, but I need 9 games out of him. So
the other 3 named offensive linemen, I believe that TJ Bass, of course, is one of those guys. I believe that Matt Farniok will make the cut, and I believe that Brock Hoffman will make the cut.
Oh, so you definitely got Josh Ball's trash bag already marked out with his name on it.
I don't think Josh Ball did not go out when they decided to get the quote unquote ones out there who were not actually the ones. Josh Ball was not amongst those guys. Josh Ball went out there with the quote unquote 2s yesterday who were actually the 3s. Yesterday.
Okay.
Just yesterday.
Yeah. Okay, I get you that. All right, so
and the last guy is to be determined. That could be Chuma Edoga when he's healthy. That could be Earl Bostic. That could be Alex Taylor. He played good in the last game, but you kind of gotta stack
games.
Yeah.
Well, we gonna
if he's healthy, that could be Matt Waletzko, but Matt Waletzko might end up going on IR.
God damn, Matt. Yeah, Matt and them dang shoulders, man. More shoulder presses, man. More push-ups, man. Drink your milk. That baby needs some milk. He always, his shoulders is bad.
Yes, Stevie, Matt Waletzko might go on IR. So that's the main reason that I didn't put him on here. I believe that Matt Waletzko might be an IR guy. I'm just not really sure about that.
In the season IR guy or 6-week IR guy?
Tough to know because here's the thing. This is the opposite shoulder than the one that he hurt last year. So I genuinely don't know.
Okay. All right. So that's the O-line.
That's the offense. That's the whole
offense.
And like I said, you got 1 question mark. So that's 23 on offense. With a possible 24, we don't know if they're gonna go heavy at tight end.
Okay.
Now on defense, we starting up front. We got Sam Williams, and
questionable.
Given his situation,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, he's gonna be here. I don't think it's gonna be something that's cut and dry. They're gonna just run down. They gonna drag that out.
I don't believe that they gonna outright cut him.
Right.
But I tell you this at the same time, just like you said before, we don't know Mike McCarthy's whole history with problem guys. We just have to believe that in the meantime that he will be here until he isn't.
Yeah, I mean, I think I mean, second round pick, he's gonna stay around. They're gonna give him time to
Yeah,
go through what he got to go through. So that's gonna be fine. So you're gonna pencil him.
yeah.
The question is gonna be Dorrance, and so
Dorrance
okay.
still gonna
Let
be
me
here.
see if
I,
I,
as a result of this, Dorrance is still
yeah.
gonna be here. Let me tell you why. Sam Williams got into two auto-related troubles last year. One reckless driving and one accident. So now you got to ask yourself, at what point does a guy become at what point do you have to question your trust in a guy?
Oh, you already
Because
don't trust him. You already don't trust him.
exactly. You
So
have
if
you have full trust in Dorrance. You got 100% trust in Dorrance.
trust I have, but I also understand he's come to his ceiling. He's where he's at.
Okay.
Sam has got a higher ceiling.
Absolutely.
So let me see if I can run your defensive line. Sam Williams, Jonathan Hankins,
Yep.
Mozzie Smith,
Yep.
DeMarcus Lawrence. Those are four. Okay. Then my backups have to be no, my bad. Take
No,
Mozzie out.
I'm just giving you names. Just
Okay,
give me the names.
so I'm taking Mozzie because Mozzie's really going to back up Hankins. So my three tech is going to be Oso Digizua. He's going to be my three tech.
Sure.
Then my backup to Ozzy is going to be Chauncey Golston.
Yep, Chauncey.
And then so with defensive tackle, you're going to go three deep. So Quentin Bohanna is going to be there.
Bo is there.
Bo is there. My other defensive end over there with DeMarcus could be, because Chauncey can kind of go back and forth.
He can do it.
Yeah. I forget my pass rush specialist Dante Fowler.
Up in the air. Up in the air.
No.
And I'll explain why shortly.
Okay. All right. So Dante Fowler and Isaiah Land makes the football team. Isaiah Land makes this football team.
I have Dante Fowler / Junior Fehoko.
I'm gonna say this to you, and I understand because he's new and you drafted him. Mm-hmm. I can cut Junior, and I can pray he gets back. I will never be able to cut Dante Fowler and hope that he gets back.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And because of Dante Fowler's just his savviness and being a veteran, I'm gonna take a gamble on getting Junior Fehoko back.
I don't believe that a team will let a 4th round draft pick come back. I don't think that any team across the league will let a 4th round draft pick, a 4th round rookie.
So the only thing can happen is, God forbid, but we turn around and against the Raiders and Isaiah Land says, "Ow," and they go ahead and escort over to the side. Yeah. That's the only way that happens.
Yeah, it is probably gonna be lame. You know, his pec hurts. And that's the pec is usually the thing. The thing.
Right.
Now, who would it be? Would you rather have on this roster Isaiah Land or Junior Fehoko?
I'm going to have Isaiah Land on this roster.
Okay, so Junior Fehoko would probably be the guy that says, "Ouch," and boom, there we go. So somebody said, somebody having an injury. And the Cowboys have done that before. They did it with Matt Malesko in his rookie season, I believe, where he had that pec injury. They've done that multiple times. So I would not be surprised that if you don't want to lose Fehoko and you gotta have Fowler, ouch, my chest, ouch, my neck,
my neck and my back, my toe. Coach, my toe. Stevie Mack said, "Oh, my
turf toe is crazy. Turf toe is crazy.
It's running rampant in these streets."
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all I can think, because Land can't go. He's potential next year guy. He's potential upside guy that at the end of the season I can let Dorrance go. Sam get his act together, and now I got a solidified right side. Mm-hmm. And Junior can take another year playing, getting up to speed. I don't feel so well, and be a possible back up to DeMarcus Lawrence. Ain't it crazy, man? Just a sidebar. Ain't it crazy that DeMarcus Lawrence has been such a stalwart and so solid and so steady that nobody's crazy about his contract. Nobody talk about his money no more. They just want to make sure DeMarcus is ready to play, ready to
D-Law's
go.
money hasn't been crazy in a few years, though.
No, when they did him last year by pushing his money forward and changing his contract, people aren't more concerned about his money. But as a player, who he is and what he does, he's absolutely amazing what he does.
Very consistent. Yeah. The guy opposite D-Law always does well. That lets you know his impact.
Absolutely. So I can see that. So somebody gonna have to say ouch, because I want to go three. I want to go 3 deep at nose tackle, and I definitely want to go 2 deep at 3 technique. So I'm good with that. Okay, so your linebackers. Let's talk about it.
Give me 1 second. Junior Fehoko about to smack TF out his toe. He's going to have to miss the season. Sorry, coach.
Are we tweeting this right now as we speak? As we go live?
Done. All right. So
no problem.
Next one.
Okay.
Linebackers. Obviously Micah Parsons kind of in that middle area. You can put him in the edge or in the linebacker area, whatever is your flavor. Because
gotcha.
Yeah, he's just a weapon.
Yeah, he's a weapon. So, but he's a weapon that just ends up having to play all over the field, but he plays linebacker. Absolutely. He has to have a designation. Okay.
I have talked ad nauseum about the weak-willedness, the see-through ability. What is it? The opposite of opaque. The transparency of the linebacker room. You can see straight through it. You can see through it like prison bars.
Oh my God! Not prison bars. Okay.
And now that DeMarvion Overshown is absent, he's on season-ending IR. This is even more so the case because Micah kind of has he got his hands in a lot of buckets, So this room is. I'm not gonna say for all intents and purposes led by Leighton Vander Esch, but he's gonna be the guy that is, moving through the trash.
Well, that's not something that Leighton has ever been good at. But I think Leighton has been good at lining people up.
He has to.
No, I don't think he does. I think if you can keep dadgum, my other guy, Dorset, he wears 33's number. If you can keep Damone Clark, I think is taking that leap of going to be that next guy. I think Overshawn played like a real life Bobby Boucher, just running around and going find the ball. Like we said before in another video, he can just go find the ball. I think your linebacker room is as such. We turn around and we get Michael Parsons, Damone Clark, Leighton Vander Esch, Jabril Cox. This is his make or break year. He's going. If he doesn't really push through. I think Devin Harper is a guy who by Overshawn going down has a chance to make this team. And then you got Stoney Jackson or someone like that. Who you got? Those are the 5 I got. Because I think you only carry 5.
I believe that there were 6. And Stevie Mack said that he believes that
about Bell.
Marquise Bell is taking some linebacker reps. Stand down, my boy. Stand down. I believe that besides Michael, you'll go LVE, Jabril Cox, Damone Clark, Devin Harper, and a player to be named later. because the last guy is someone. Now, like this season has been filled with many things that have not been done before. I don't believe that the last linebacker is currently on the roster.
I think he is because I don't think you can go. I think with CD Mac, is saying, and what we got reports of him doing, I think that's how you keep Bell on your roster.
Oh, absolutely.
And doing some.
I think the Bell is good enough to make this roster regardless. You just go 5 safeties.
Nah, okay. Why would you go 5 safeties? You gonna go 5? You go 5 safeties?
Yeah.
How many quarterbacks? Okay. I don't think he's on this roster. I'm trying to figure out your 5 safeties because I don't want to go past the linebacker. I think because
I'm sorry. I got let's see. No, I got one in the right spot. So yeah, 5 safeties.
I think you use the one. I think the one guy you put in the safety. I don't think you put him in safety because he's going to be one of your corners. But we'll go back and forth. Yeah. I think having because you play so much big nickel with 3 safeties on the field all the time with Jaron Curse, with Dono, as well as with our free safety that you're turning around and you're running with him all the time. Mm-hmm. I just don't think you turn around and you're gonna go ahead and think that to keep because you're short on linebacker, you want to keep Marquise Bell. I don't think you can put Marquise Bell on the street and nobody go get him.
No,
I don't think you put him on the street, and I don't think he comes back to you.
But because crap, who's hurt? Donovan Wilson's hurt. Bell might even see some starting time. So
I don't think he's so much hurt that he won't be able to get in the season. But I think you want to be able to save him and keep him
as fresh as possible.
Yeah, but I mean, all he had was a calf strain. It wasn't like he was hurt.
You hear that? My calf. Hey man.
No. You got him, and you got him, and you got Izzy. So. Yeah. I think Izzy's gonna be okay. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go corners first. Well, no.
I'll go safeties.
I'll go safeties. So, okay. So of course we got Curse, Dono, and Hooker.
Right.
My last 2 is Wanye and Bell. I ain't got Izzy. I ain't got Izzy.
Wait a minute. You ain't got Izzy? What, make it safety?
I got Izzy on the practice squad.
Nah, man, ain't no way in the world. You better put Wanye. Hey. That's where you gonna find. Hey, you gonna have Wanye over there carrying the cane, talking about we belong together. And you're on the practice squad. They knew this not making this. Wanye is not making this team, huh? No, there's no way. Why? Izzy's like your fifth. Izzy's like your 5th corner. Izzy's like your 12th guy on defense. I'm telling you, Izzy is like a starter. There's no way Izzy gets cut.
I personally do not have as much stock in Izzy anymore.
Why?
Hold on. Because of the play of, what's the best way to say it? Because of the play of Wanye, of Bell, and of Eric Scott. Eric Scott being
Eric who?
Corner. Eric Scott.
Eric Scott getting cut. Eric Scott's a practice squad game.
I actually disagree. I believe that Eric Scott is your last corner. Eric Scott, he's making the roster, hanging on to the anchor of the ship, but he's gonna make it on.
How? Give me your corners.
Okay, of course you got your 2 guys. You have your 2 guys, Diggs and Gilmore.
Okay.
You have Bland. You have I believe that Jordan Lewis is going to be activated from the pup.
If that's the guy that hadn't gave you a snap, he's definitely gonna be a pup guy. So I think he's gonna miss like 6 weeks.
I'm not sure if now. Once again, this is just speculation. I believe Jordan Lewis is going to be activated from the pup, but there's no guarantee of that happening yet.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's
okay.
Just now. Here's the thing: if not, your guy makes it. If no
He was
Jordan
gonna
Lewis,
make
New
it
York got makes it.
anyway. He
If
was gonna
no
make it
Jordan Lewis, New York
anyway.
got makes it.
He was gonna make it anyway. You would not cut. I do
And the
not know
last
why
two
you want
guys.
to cut Kelvin so bad. Listen, I do not understand why. For the life of
No,
me, you
no,
want
hold
to cut
on.
Kelvin
No,
so
hold
bad.
on. Kelvin would come back on the practice squad. Kelvin would come back on the practice squad. Now that now once again, I have Jordan Lewis / Kelvin Joseph. Now that just depends on if Jordan Lewis makes his way back from the pup or not.
And so you're
Oh,
going
and Nashawn Wright and Eric Scott.
do what?
The last two corners.
Listen, man. Eric Scott is not making this football team.
They
Eric
played
Scott is
on
not
that anchor,
showing.
but he makes it. He's your last.
Hey,
He's
no,
your last
he
corner.
does not make this football team. Eric Scott is not showing me you or me. Well, he's shown you
Yeah.
in practice, but Eric Scott
Well,
is not showing me
actually
in live
believe that.
games.
I believe that out of these two games, he's had one good one, and some flashes in the second one.
I think he's showing the fact of the matter he need to be on the practice squad. But between him and Wanye, they're gonna be out there.
But Wanye is easily the better player. Between the two of them, Wanye is easily the better player.
Man, Wanye gonna be on the practice squad. Wanye's gonna get cut, and they're gonna bring him back. Him and Eric Scott are gonna be on the practice squad. I don't see Izzy's gonna make this football team because he's your 12th defender. He's too versatile where he can play safety as well as corner and free safety because you don't even have a bona fide free safety.
The player that you just described is Marquise Bell, in my opinion.
No, Marquise Bell's kind of like a freak. That's why he's gonna be playing linebacker type stuff. Marquise Bell can't get on the field for free safety for strong safety because you still got Dono and you still got J-Ron. That's why you're gonna be able to bring him there. But Izzy can at least play some on top of the roof type stuff as free safety. I think Izzy makes his team easily. I don't think Wanye, I don't think Scott, nor do I think who else did you say? And I think Jordan Lewis stays on pup. Jordan Lewis has still been on pup for a reason.
Yeah. Now that's why I said I'm not quite sure. I can't really say anything to validate that. But if he does come back, then that he would occupy Kelvin Joseph's spot.
Who?
Yeah.
You talking about
Lewis?
Yeah, but I think that's 4 or 5. I think that's 4 or 5 games. I think that's like 4 games, 5 games in. I don't think out the gate. Because dude, he still hasn't practiced with the team. He hasn't been running. He's dealing with a foot. He's been on the course with Britt Brown. So I don't know what I'm gonna get from Jordan Lewis. Yeah, but I understand like if you're in a pinch, if one of my 2 big guys go out, I can move Glenn outside. And I feel somewhat comfortable with Kelvin Joseph in the slot. But until I have Jordan Lewis back 100%, he's one of my top 4 corners. He's one of my top 4 corners. And Izzy's just a weapon to use against particular certain type of receivers and some tight ends. And he's probably the only guy that I can trust right now to be over the top free safety. I don't trust none of them other guys who just talked about being a free safety. In no shape, form, or manner. Not Marquise. I think Marquise is more of a strong safety. And I definitely don't believe Wanye can do. I definitely don't think Wanye.
Now let me clarify. I wouldn't trust Wanye to start in an NFL game. No, heck no. But
I don't trust Wanye. Okay.
Would I trust him to be a relief guy? I mean, with time, sure. That's what bottom of the roster guys are for. Guys that I don't believe that Wanye would clear waivers.
Oh, I think Wanye clear waivers with no problem. With not a single solitary. See, there we go, thinking our guys are so much different than all the other guys that the other 32 teams that they got a guy that they like that they brought in. Wanye got the pick, and he's shown some flashes. I just don't think
Wanye picked off Sunshine on Calvin Ridley. That in itself says something.
Was it Ridley or Kirk? Who was it?
I believe it was Calvin.
That was Christian Kirk. That's Christian Kirk over there. Because Calvin Ridley was over there. Calvin Ridley was over there trying to run Bland in the circles. Calvin is a little different. But I'm with you on that.
Mm-hmm. So that still says something.
Cool. What?
With 1 year. That is worth some sort of validation for him.
Valid. He can listen. I don't want him valet parking cars, but he gonna be able to be on the practice squad. That's why I got him validated. I think he's gonna be okay. I think he's going to need another year seasoning,
Mhm.
and then we'll play this thing out. But with you signing certain guys to certain kind of deals, I don't see him having a bigger upside than Israel Kwame. That's just my whole thing. I think Israel's range, height, and length. That's what they love. I think he's he's going to be a guy that's going to be a staple. So I don't think Israel gets off the roster. Now you got the long snapper. We're not flipping on.
No.
The punter is all pro. What are we gonna do with this kicker?
I was just gonna ask that. Do you think your kicker's on this team?
Man, I don't even know, man. Man, let's just go for 2. Let's just go for 2. Finding a kicker is, it's hard, man. So, that's just one of the things that's just hard. So I don't know if he's on this team or not.
I'm not sold.
Okay.
I'm nowhere near sold, to be totally honest.
Okay. But here's the problem. Whomever you get out off the street, you're gonna have to go with them because within 5 to 7 days they're gonna be going to New York trying to kick extra points in MetLife. So the guy we got right now. The guy we got right now. Go ahead.
I wouldn't say that they're would they be a definitive downgrade over Brandon Aubrey?
Listen, man, I have no clue who the kicker is at all. So if you think it's Brandon Aubrey, if he's gonna be the guy, since they they didn't give him a lot of kicks. Listen, man, whoever kicks the best in practice, who can help a little bit of practice of that, pressure that, he's the guy. But kickers are always guys who linger in the obscurity of what they can do, and then they make one kick and he becomes our guy. And that's how it works. If Aubrey can kick a few kicks here in the final preseason game, he got the job.
Now here's the thing. I hope that, the last few years seem to be the case. I don't believe that they will have an extended loyalty to whoever the kicker is. I just hope that they are able to make a change mid-season because it seems like they haven't been that they've been skeptical to do that in years past.
Listen, no matter how bad they end up kicking this thing, can't be as bad as the last guy.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is that they all go in kind of ebbs and flows. You know what I'm saying? There's a time where, my heart was automatic. You didn't have to worry about him. And then he got to the end, missed all those kicks in the playoff game, and you're sitting there like, hey, man, how you do this? So, man, it's been so iffy, man. Man, just shout out, man, to the great Dan Bailey, man. Yeah. Man, Dan was so
meteoric rise and meteoric fall.
Yeah, he got bad in Dallas, but went somewhere else and kicked a little bit better. But man, just shout out to him, man. It's crazy. Yeah, much love to him.
Yeah.
So that's the B53s as we call it. That's the B53.
Yeah.
We want you guys to tap in with us, man. Shoot us some comments. See who you think who you could have changed, who you would put in some different areas. And man, continue to ride with us, man. We got about an hour and 8 minutes, man. We won't hold you too long, but if you've been kicking it with it this long, man, you might as well go ahead and the like button, man. Smash it, man. That's our digital currency in this world, man. When people can show us some love and show that they're rocking with us, and the algorithm will push them up a little bit further. If you've been this far, hit the subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed to us, man, go ahead and subscribe to us. Go ahead and share us. Shoot us to your homeboy. Say, yo, man, Chris don't know what the hell he's talking about, man. We don't know what he's talking about. B, man, he got some guys that I don't even know are on the roster anymore. Mm-hmm. And go from there, man. But as always, man, I just enjoy having the opportunity, man, to kick it with y'all, man. And more importantly, kick it with my main man, BH, man. He says, we're a dynamic duo team. He's the Batman. And, man, I'm like, I don't know about Aquaman, but I'm more like the Green Lantern. Guys just chill in the background. Don't need a whole lot of time, but I love kicking with y'all, man. And together we will forever be Frankly Football, man. So until next time, we'll holler at y'all later.
Peace.
Peace.